Hello web programming students. I'm going to be doing a quick video tutorial here of how to use our phpMyAdmin server for this week's class. I apologize in advance for any quality issues with this recording. I'm doing it kind of quickly here, not a lot of setup, and I don't have any decent monitoring sound output devices, any good headphones or anything, so I couldn't hear problems even if I had time to fix them. So I'm sorry for that. But let's just get started here. We need to go to our phpMyAdmin page to get logged into it. The address for that is web.cis.lsc.edu, so the normal address for a server that you've been using all semester, /phpMyAdmin. phpMyAdmin. Go there and you'll be brought to the login page. You should already have received your credentials by email. I'll use mine, but you'll use yours here. And this is the page that you'll see once you're logged into phpMyAdmin. You can see up on the top, you can display a list of all the databases that you have access to. The SQL command window for running SQL commands, server status, processes that are running, database engines, blah, blah, blah. The only two that you really need to worry about are databases and SQL. And actually databases is available over in the sidebar as well. You can see that the 1401_30 and information schema databases are listed here, which is exactly what you would see if you clicked on the databases link. I'm going to go back to the default page, and along the top here also you have your home button, logout, and other useful buttons and functions for using phpMyAdmin. So the first thing you're going to do with your SQL this week is running a prepared script that Anoop will send you. So let's see how we do that. I'm going to go to the SQL window here, and we have a blank screen for entering the commands. I have Notepad++ open with the script from Anoop open. I'm going to go Control-A, Control-C to grab the entire script and drop it into the window here. And you'd think we could just hit go and run it, but not quite so fast. Go up to the top again, and we need to tell it which database to use to run the commands against. To do that, you type in the use command, use, and then the database name. And I forgot to mention that as well. In this list of databases over here, information schema is something that all of you will have, but you're not going to be using that this week. The one you want to use is the 1401_ whatever number you were assigned. It's unique for all of you guys. It'll be somewhere in the range of 1 to 25 if I recall. And that is the database name you're going to be using for your assignments this week. So use database name 1401_30 in this case, and then this is SQL. Close it with a semicolon. And now you can hit the go command. And you can see that phpMyAdmin has entered a hash for a comment, entered a SQL comment after each of your commands, which says basically MySQL returned without error. Now if I hit the go button again, you're going to see what an error would look like in phpMyAdmin. So I'm going to do this, and you see we get this big red error box up at the top. We still have our SQL that we were running down here, so we can go through it and edit it in light of the error that we had. And you see in this error box, it's showing us an exclamation point next to this insert, which is underlined. And then down at the bottom, it's saying duplicate entry 1 for key primary. So that makes sense. We've run this command twice now since we ran the same script twice. Apparently, the first column is a primary key, and you can't have duplicate entries in there. So that's why it's erroring out, because we tried to put the same entry in it twice without using the auto increment feature of the database. So the other cool thing about errors are, you see how the insert here is underlined. Click on that, it will bring up the MySQL reference page for that command, so you can go through and figure out what you did wrong when you entered the command. But we know that the command executed properly the first time. We just kind of abused it running it a second time, and we can see that it executed properly also if we go to look at databases, look at the database we inserted that into, and now we have the admin_1 and contact tables which that script created. And that's another thing to note. You see that I have the nbf_db script here. Anoop and I changed that to use the admin_1 table everywhere that it had used the admin table, because I guess it had a conflict with the moeb_db script, which also uses the admin table. So anywhere that you're using the mbf script, just replace the admin table with the admin_1 table and you'll be fine. And if we go back over to the moeb_db script, you'll see that it creates, let's see, where was it? Here we go. It creates the admin table. And that one you don't have to change it to admin_1. So you'll want to run both of those scripts and then get on with your assignment for this week. And I think that's all I had for you. Have a good week.